Hey guys, Shane Cannon here. We're in my hometown here at Burnsville, North Carolina today, trying to do a little fly fishing. As you can see, it's still really cold. Still got a lot of snow on the ground. Fish are really slow. I think from a lot of the snow melting. But I think we can pick a few up. We're going to try to hit some of the deeper pockets in the shoals and maybe some of these longer holes here. But I think the key is going to be to get in the deep pockets where there's still a little current, and I think the fish will be a lot more active. But stick with us here and we'll pick up a few hopefully here pretty soon and try to find out what they're biting best. But follow along with us and we'll see what we can do.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
This portion of Carolina Outdoor Magazine is brought to you by Catch 'em Up Baits, field staff tested, pro staff proven, Jason Bennett's Guide Service, and also by Buckbuster Scents, scents for the serious hunter.
Hey guys, I just broke my leader off here and just kind of showing you what I'm trying to do. Looks like I'm gonna have to replace my whole leader actually. Like to use a little stronger line for the leader itself, and going down to my first fly anyways, and then from there I'll go with like a 5X or 4X tippet to my second fly. In clear water especially, I like to use a lighter tippet, but got a mess here. I about got it too short. Guys, one thing I'd really like to express to everybody, these trout are very delicate. When you're handling one of them, try to be as careful as you can to not damage their gills. They may seem very healthy, but a lot of times, even after you release these fish, they can still die from their gills or mouths of being wounded. So take your time and make sure that you don't hurt their gills when you're unhooking them. I would rather damage a fly any day than to kill one of these fish. We have found a deep pocket here that I think is going to hold quite a few. So hopefully we'll see if we can get a few more for you here. There we go. Not real big, but a pretty fish. Just a pretty average size rainbow. Nothing real big, but fun to catch anyways. But pretty little fish. Love catching these things. Don't matter if it's rainbow, brown, brook, or even little speckled trout. They always fun to catch.
Hi, I lost a big fish earlier today. Wasn't using suffix. It was about this big.
Look, slow down there, cowboy, okay? A fish in the lost a van, huh? You want your fish. Sorry, honey, that fish is gone.
Always use the best line, suffix 832.
This week's Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV is brought to you by AAA Outdoors, sweet and salty deer attractants, and also by Buckbuster Scents, scents for the serious hunter, and by Quail Hollow Bird Farm, game birds and bird dog training.
Not even a trout, but we'll take it. We're going catfishing, we'd have some good catfish bait. So what we've done here, folks, is we fished all this down through here pretty hard there a few minutes ago, but was using a orange squirmy worm. And we did catch a few fish up higher up, and we got a few hits down through here. But we fished a little ways down through here and didn't do much good. So we come back up, and all we done was switch to a white egg pattern. And as you can see, we just now picked up one more fish and got another hit or two. So sometimes just changing up just a little, whether it be changing the fly or just changing the presentation, sometimes can make a lot of difference. You'll pick up a lot of fish that normally you wouldn't even have known was there. So just different little techniques like that can make a big difference sometimes.
Okay folks, let's check out Shane's strategy to catch trout on cold days where water temperatures are not too much above freezing. First of all, most small rivers, creeks, and streams are made up of runs, ripples, holes, and eddies, and some of these areas are better to find fish than others. A run area can be an area where water runs to the next stage and can be deep or shallow, and may or may not support fish. It really depends on the time of year and the water temperature. The ripples I will generally bypass, as for myself, this is usually the fast-moving water that moves over rocks and objects and are a place where fish transition from one spot to the other. Usually fish are on the move going through these areas, and this is just a spot that I usually will bypass. Holes usually fall in places after a ripple or run area and often hold fish. They will hold up in these areas waiting for bait and food to fall into them, and also because they can provide protection from the elements. And finally, the eddy area, which can be a backwash area along a ripple section or behind a big boulder or a snag, can be an area where the water moves. This will also support fish waiting for food to be brought down the river.
Guys, what we got here, we got some big long field holes above us and below us here. Within the edge of these shoals, it comes down real shallow and then drops off into a deep channel, just barely past center. But we've got some good deep rock ledges in there, and these trout love to get in those little ledges, little channels, and they'll hold up in schools. And we've had several decent hits down through there, but as cold as it is, they're real subtle and they're not really taking it, so they're hard to hook. But you really got to take your time and fish these channels slow. If you fish too fast, 90% of the time you'll fish over top of them and not even realize they're there. But if you'll really take your time, when you do finally get a strike, you might have to change up flies 3 or 4 times or even more to really find what they want. But if you'll take your time, and when you do get a hit, just stop and fish it real slow, and you'll pick up a whole lot more fish before it's over. But just a little tip, I have a tendency to get in a hurry sometimes and fish right past them myself. But the slower you can fish, especially in cold water like this, cold weather, the better off you'll be. Oh, right in. A little bit better rainbow. We just switched up a little here from a squirmy worm to a white egg pattern, and sometimes that's all it takes. Just a little bit difference in fly or just a little difference in presentation makes a big difference. That's a pretty nice little rainbow. Maybe 12 inches, 13. And I can't hold on to it. But a pretty little fish, and a very welcome fish at this point. Nice and lively still.
Okay, folks, thanks for watching this week's episode of Carolina Outdoor Adventures TV. I hope you enjoyed watching co-host Shane Cannon up in Burnsville, North Carolina. It was a really cold day and it had snowed a few days before, so we weren't able to get as many fish as we'd like to, but we had a real great time. This was Shane's first show, and I'm sure you're going to be seeing many more to come. So from all of us at Carolina Outdoor Adventure TV, we'd like to thank you for tuning in and watching this week's show. We'll catch you somewhere next week in the great outdoors when we do it all again. Thanks for watching, everybody.